congressional elections in next year's midterms and beyond. Well, for more on this, let's bring in Rina Shah, former Republican strategist. Rina, we'll get to California a bit later, but first get your immediate reaction to what we're seeing with these other elections on the East Coast. And we seem to be heavily going in the favor of the Democrats.
As expected, tonight was going to be a very bad night for Republicans. And I think we see that in the two governors' mansions that are going to be taken over by Democrats and women who are Democrats. So we have a saying here in these United States that the women are at the gates. It was a historically wonderful slogan. And now we're really, as an American woman, I'm proud to add to it that the women are winning. But being an American woman goes just beyond the gender identity here and thinking that voting for a woman will represent your rights. But it's really about what Democrats have stood for. It's been Democrats that no matter what, over the past 4 years, we have seen over and over talk about reproductive rights and never really let up the gas on talking about access to abortion, because we had that landmark Supreme Court decision that overturned the former decision of Roe versus Wade. And what we have seen now is states' rights. It's been the states that have limited rights to abortion and reproductive care access. And that is something, again, like I said, I believe that Democrats have displayed that they can go with that issue and appeal to moderates, and they can also lead with the economy simultaneously. I believe these were the two issues that galvanized and really propelled Abigail Spanberger to a win, and was also very helpful to Cheryl in the New Jersey exurbs that Trump very narrowly won just last year.
And how does this play then in the Republican spheres more broadly, or with Trump's MAGA base, to have two women potentially winning and a Muslim winning?
Well, this upset is a seismic shift. Should Zohran Mamdani win in New York City, what we can expect is not just a great deal of characterization by this Republican Party of what the Democrats are, which will be a very left-wing characterization, one that will continue to say that Democrats, you are owned by your more progressive far left wing. But what I believe Republicans will start to feel in the next few weeks and months, particularly as these people take seat, is really the pressure of those anti-Trump independents, people who were either formerly Republicans or who really are disenchanted what they believe is a poor second act by Trump. In these 10 months, what we have seen is Trump's inability to deliver on most of his campaign promises. And also what we are starting to see with this group of, again, anti-Trump independents is a sentiment that Republicans own this federal government shutdown. And as it drags on and becomes the longest ever federal government shutdown, the egg will be on the face of Republicans in Congress, those incumbents. So certainly a really worrisome time as the 2016 midterms approach.
Yeah, it is quite common, though, isn't it, for whoever is occupying the White House, for his opponents to gain ground when it comes to these gubernatorial or mayoral elections. Why is this so different from those previous times?
Well, Republicans certainly don't want to cede ground on certain issues, and those are social in nature. But these elections, what we saw, again, New York City, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, these were three very consequential races that really foreshadow voters' priorities. And one thing we learned is that economy, again, is front of mind. The cost of living, the price of daily commodities, these tariffs that the Trump administration has touted and is currently fighting in court. Today, my name is on an amicus brief that is before the Supreme Court, saying to the court that these tariffs are illegal. Congressional authority will also start to come front and center. How much is Congress not doing, and how much is Trump as the executive trying to overreach? And so as, again, the weeks and months take shape with these new Democrats in these governor mansions, I expect we'll see more lawsuits against the Trump administration. We will also start to see a foreshadowing of the presidential race for 2028, who will build that Democratic branch. But one reason Virginia is so unique, I want to add, is that there are term limits. So Republican Governor Glenn Youngkin, the incumbent, is termed out, and it was his lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears, who ran for the spot. So it was woman to woman this time, but Spanberger really reigned supreme. I believe the final numbers will show how weak of a candidate Winsome Sears was and how Virginians do really take that chance to put a new party in. It's been 70 years since we've seen such a thing happen, except for the one time during Obama's term. But this new historic first of having a female governor in the Virginia governor's mansion will certainly mean something on the economy, on abortion, reproductive rights. So that will also shape national priorities for Democrats as well.
Rina, great to get your perspective today. Appreciate your time with us. Rina Shah, their former Republican strategist.